Hello, my friends. I briefly wanted to explain to you how Sacred Star Embodiment Coaching works, which is a process that I've studied last year. And it's a new addition to my already existing skill set. And it's a really beautiful technique to get deep shifts in a very short of time. So it falls more on the healing side of coaching, in that it really works with your emotions and can, again, like alter things on a cellular level. I mean, that's what it's designed for. That's why it's called embodiment, because we work with the body. Background to it, it was developed by Vanya Silverton, who is was a theta healer for many, many years. So it's a very, as you can imagine, a very intuitive process. She's an energy healer, really. So it really, it works very, very intuitively, like where energy goes. And again, if that sounds too woo-woo, it basically often means like you will ultimately feel it in your body. So our body's wisdom, of course, is huge. And, any small fluctuation of an emotion, of a feeling, of anything, will register in our body. And the more skilled we get with picking up that information, the more we can work with it and use it to change behaviors, to change patterns. Really, that's what it does. How does a session normally work? So usually, someone would come to me and they bring me an issue and say, oh, I can't move forward with this. Or, I'm always getting triggered by this person. Or, I've been trying to, I often, of course, work with work-related things. So been trying to, approach these people, but no one is replying to me. I often start with some practical ideas which have nothing directly to do with Sacred Star Embodiment Coaching. It's just because I obviously use different techniques as well. But, ultimately, especially, like, for example, when we talk about some actions that they can do and this and that, and then I always check, and sometimes my clients do it for themselves, but I always check, like, okay, can I sense that they're completely aligned with this action? Like, are they kind of completely motivated, excited? Do I feel like, yeah, okay, they're just going to make it happen within the next 24 hours, or is there some resistance? And that's often the case. And we hit a spot where I feel like, okay, they don't really feel it yet. Like, something we can rationally tell ourselves is a great idea to, again, a classic example, approach this person or write a particular thing or, anything like that. But they're not really going for it. They're not doing it. And then, again, there are different strategies. So sometimes just strategizing around it and changing a few things and they can do it. But often there will be something in their body which prevents them from taking the action because something doesn't feel right, doesn't feel safe, doesn't feel like their body just simply doesn't want to go there, which often, of course, has to do with, things we're still holding in our bodies, like old past hurts, trauma even, and, things that have told our body something often isn't safe to do, or it just doesn't feel good, or there will be some form of a negative repercussion. And that's why your body doesn't want to take the action, as no matter how long your mind might tell you, oh, it's a great idea to go to the gym, or it's a great idea to reach out to that person, but you're just not doing it. And then with Sacred Star Embodiment Coaching, similar to other techniques, we just tune into your body. So we see what's happening, like what kind of sensations are there, and then we go further into, like, if emotions are linked to it. So there's a whole process then, like, for us to get a better and better understanding what's happening in your body. And then also, of course, finding out what your body needs to release that tension or, let's say, negative energy, or like that thing, the emotion that might be holding you back from taking the action. And again, there are different ways of you can do that. Often just being aware of it is enough to shift things. Sometimes you can use some light energy, like, again, just like a visualization, or imagining other things. Like, it's a mix of usually visualization and otherwise a lot of awareness, a lot of feeling, until you shift and change things. And then we work our way through more steps to build you out from the inside. So, like, for example, if your body then releases something, often you get more space and more freedom and more space to breathe. And then we can put in, again, like maybe different energies or something that fills that space, which is something that makes you stronger, that makes you more able, that makes you, function better as a human being. And work our way until you really feel like you're as aligned, as lit up, as full of, as Vanya Silverton would put it, of your soul light. So that's how she works, is like literally using the quality of your soul. And, some people like to work with that, some don't, it doesn't matter. But it's just something that's so wholesome and that's so powerful as well. And yeah, I find wholesome for me personally is a good word, that it fills you up so much from the inside that it kind of nothing stands in your way anymore to move forward. And then we can revisit your actions, and by that point they usually have shifted. Not only that you can take the action, often, you all of a sudden are able to see bigger opportunities or how to make something happen in a bigger way. And then often that concludes the session. So this was in a very short space. I used to always give sessions about in an hour. I have to say, ever since I'm using this process, you might have seen it, my sessions have extended to 90 minutes because you don't always need that. But if you go through this process, it often takes longer to work, for your body to really go through all these different changes and shifts and changes until it's in this new state, which is more open, more aligned, more light, able to, really attune to a different form of how you do life, how you do reality. So I did not explain the whole process in depth because it's a longer process, and this is just to give you an idea. I mean, if that's something you want to try out, get in touch and I can explain you more while we go through it, or you just simply experience it for yourself. All right, thanks for listening.